When I began working for CAP, I didn't know what to expect. I had no expectations. I just simply jumped into it, and I was nervous the first few days that I drove. During my business career, I would have clients that would come into my shop, and they had retired, and they had said that they were doing volunteer work for one organization or another, and how much of a reward they got out of doing it. And frankly, I didn't know what they meant, because my whole life was wrapped up in running my business. But after I started doing work here, I found out pretty fast what the reward was. If I can drive someone to an appointment in the morning and make that half-hour trip just a little bit lighter for them, and perhaps share a laugh, I feel as though I've done something really effective. Sometimes it can be a little emotional for me. I've driven young people. I've driven elderly people, and lots of different types of men and women in between. There's one young fellow who lives in our community. He's only in his late 20s, and he's in really poor shape. And we had a very, very nice conversation in the car one morning when he and his mother were coming into the hospital. And his condition stuck with me through the day. And when I went home at night, I couldn't get it in one night. And it's such an indiscriminate illness. I think the client, when I drive them, hopefully is getting a little bit of relief from the stress or the worry or the fear that he or she might have. And that's why I like to try and keep it light. I don't want to feel as though I'm driving somebody to something that's going to be a really unpleasant experience. What keeps me coming back is the satisfaction that I get. I'm doing something for others, and perhaps that's a little bit selfish, but one of the reasons I do it is just because I like to feel as though I'm contributing something to somebody else. When I hear the word champions being used, I think of a winner. I think of the hurdler who wins the Olympic gold. I think of the horse that wins the race. When it comes to CAP clients, they're winners. Because the one thing I have found, I would say 99% of the people I have driven, they are way more positive than I ever imagined that someone facing cancer could possibly be. There are very, very few people that I drive that are really nervous, worried, depressed. They're hiding it really, really well. But the reality is, they're the real champions. And that's why I do it 2 days a week. And if somebody wanted me to do it 3 days a week, I'd probably do it 3 days a week. I would recommend anyone that has got a clean driving record, if they want to volunteer, they won't be disappointed.